explain for folks that aren't very familiar with teletherapy exactly what it is?
Teletherapy is you in your home with your child using your device, either a phone, computer, or tablet, to connect virtually with your therapist.
Would you say that teletherapy is as effective as in person?
Yes, some families even prefer it for its ease of use and flexibility. What I really like about teletherapy is that I get to help my clients in their natural environment with the people that are usually in them, parents or caregivers that are usually there. Right now, a lot of families are telling me, I need my kid to feed themselves. That is my number one, because I have to work from home, take care of other kids. Life is crazy right now. We need to work on utensil use or getting my kid to feed themselves. So we've really been able to address goals that are super relevant right now to families.
What would you say to the mom that's thinking, I don't have all of the things that I see OTs use on a regular basis?
That is totally fine. I really think that whatever you have in your home that your kid is interacting with on a daily basis is really the best therapy equipment that you really need right now. I think you really just need what's in your home because that's what your kid's interacting with on a daily basis.
Could you step us through a session?
Your therapist will send you a link to your session on Zoom. Before your session, you want to go ahead and download the app. You can download it on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. It's fairly straightforward. I really like Zoom. It's pretty easy to use. So when you have your appointment time, you'll want to click on the link and go to your Zoom appointment. Your therapist will be there. Your therapist may have you gather some supplies beforehand, but it's just going to be things you normally have in your home. I like to open up my session with just talking to the mother about how things are going, acknowledging how this is such a crazy time, and just really seeing like what could be helpful for them in this moment to help them get through this crazy time and how we can help kids in their activities of daily living at home. A session may consist of the child participating in therapeutic activities, and this method involves the OT guiding a child through therapeutic activity, such as a fine motor task, a gross motor activity that addresses one of their OT goals. So the child's going to be doing the activity and the caregiver is going to be there to assist where needed. So it's not that the parent is doing OT, the OT is going to be helping them the whole time. Another method that will be used during teletherapy is coaching. This is where the OT and the parent work closely together to come up with a plan, do an activity, and then really reflect and problem solve about how the activity went. Were there difficulties? Was it successful? What did the parent think? Sometimes when I see kids on camera, I'm just so excited. I'm like, that went so well. But the parent is like, oh, I don't know. Like, it was still disappointing to me that, they still aren't able to feed themselves. And I was like, but did you see? They were just so close. They were able to stab that piece of fruit, get it on the fork, and they were just so close to their mouth. Really encouraging families that progress may be slow, but we get to really see it, that it is happening. And so we get to share that with families and reassure them they're doing great things with their kid. They really are. A lot of my families, when I initially approached them about teletherapy, they were expressing to me, I don't think my kid is going to sit in front of a camera for an entire session. And I really assured them that that's okay. The majority of the kids I see are not going to sit in front of a camera for the whole time. It's not really realistic. We get to see it in real time. Maybe they run off into another room and the parent has to get them. That's okay. The camera can stay there. We'll be there when they get back. And we can kind of talk about maybe what just happened. And maybe, there's some strategies we can give the parent for how to help the kids stay regulated at home. Some examples might be, the parent might be telling me, my kid's so hyper. We can't go outside. We can't go to the park like we usually do. What are we going to do? They have so much energy. And I can kind of guide them on how to set up an obstacle course at home. For example, maybe they have a sheet that they can use as a tunnel, and they have cushions they can either jump on or crawl under or crash into, and really helping kind of set up an activity at home that could help the regulation during this time.
What would you say to parents that are considering trying teletherapy, but they feel as though they have too many things going on with being at home, with multiple schedules, and they're not sure that that's something that would be worth moving forward with?
This is a crazy time, and there are so many changes going on that can affect your child's routine. It's tough for everyone, and we know it can be especially tough for children with special needs. In all of the teletherapy sessions I've done recently, I've been so impressed with families, and I have to remind parents and caregivers to be easy on themselves. This is difficult for everyone. Progress towards OT goals may be slow, but when I see clients and their families on video, I can see that progress is definitely happening. We're here to help. We really want to help you get through this time and work on whatever is relevant to you right now.
So you might pick one or two things, but not necessarily more than they're going to be able to handle for that week.
Definitely. We really try to keep our teletherapy sessions, especially to just a couple activities, time for a reflection, and then 1 to 2 tips to try that week. Very, very simple. We don't want to overwhelm families.
Do you feel like in this current environment, that teletherapy has been even more useful than before?
Yes. I think it's very helpful at addressing what's relevant right now. Parents get to be the ones directly interacting with their child. This can be even more helpful than the therapist interacting with their child. For example, I have a young child who has some tactile defensiveness with food, and he was really not liking touching foods. And he was just kind of starting to use a fork. I got to see him at home with his mom, kind of exploring with a fork a little bit, and the mom was able to guide him, put her hand over his, kind of help him figure it out. A week later when I saw him, he was using a fork by himself. And I really do think that his mom being with him at home, the mom helping him, putting her hand over his, was even more effective than me going into their home, me putting my hand over the child's hand, because the mom's with him all the time and the mom got to feel it firsthand, practice it multiple times a day versus me, who I just see them 1 time a week.